Welcome to our journey, and boy what an adventure it's been. We're Hannah and Andy, and if you don't know us, we got married in September 2022, and so much has happened since then. After 4 attempts, I finally passed my test, and after some issues of our old van, we bought a new one. We left everything behind, moved into full-time van life, and only 2 months later, travelled to Europe.
All done. I know. How crazy.
Follow our journey as we travel around Europe for the next 3 months in our little Vauxhall Vivaro named Freya. The adventure has only just begun. Good morning.
Good morning, one and all.
Morning. Sorry for the bad quality and the graininess, because it's quite dark and iPhones aren't good in the dark.
Yeah.
But we are awake. It is 4:25.
The crack of dawn.
We came to Purley last night to see my friend on the way up to the Dover ferry. And we are about to set off and get to Dover nice and early. Our ferry is at
7:50, I think.
7:50.
Yeah. So to get there an hour before, at the latest, I think they say.
Yeah, so off we go.
Off we go.
And it's actually much lighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, my phone makes it look like it's daylight.
Yeah.
It's not that bright. But it's lighter than I planned, than I thought it would be. So I'm going to get driving now. We've had a little coffee, got up, and off on the road we go.
We are ready for our maiden voyage.
We made it!
We made it! We've just got here! Woo-hoo! How?
That was actually quite a good drive. It was nice and smooth. There was hardly anyone on the road. An hour and 20 minutes it was, so it wasn't that bad at all.
It was actually a really nice, just calm drive. It was actually lovely just seeing the sun come up.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
The Dover kind of, as you come in, it's quite confusing because obviously I've never done this before, and the Dover, the way it lays it all out, when you first come in, you don't actually know where you're going and which lane you're going in. I had to pull over and ask someone. I would have never known it was that like second lane in.
Yeah.
And then as you're coming in, there's so many lorries, the lanes kind of all, I don't know. Yeah, we did it anyway.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
So that's the first little hurdle. We've gone through passport control. Now we're just sat in our lane and waiting.
It was a bit messy coming in.
It was just messy coming in. And of course, Google Maps doesn't know you want to board a ferry. So when you put in Dover Ferry Port, it just sort of takes you to the port.
Somewhere in Dover.
It doesn't necessarily take you directly. No. So, but we're here.
We're here.
I am bursting for a wee now.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
This just feels so surreal.
Have our breakfast.
Freaking scary.
It is freaking scary. Yes. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Arrived. We've just come off the ferry, which was actually much better. There we go.
Fancy seeing you here. This is admiring the French trees.
The trees are very French.
You can tell.
All moved really, really quickly, actually. And then before you know it, we're moving. And part of me didn't know what to expect on the other side. I didn't know if there was going to be another border, another port, like border control. But you just drive straight off, and you're on the other side of the road, and that's it. Drove like 20 minutes, and we found like a nice little park up just outside of the port. We're still in Calais at the moment because I'd much rather just have the day to just take a breather and just enjoy, because we have all that excitement and all that build up to do that part, and it's the first time I've driven abroad, so I've wanted to just take a breather and just be like, So we're gonna get sorted now, go take a little walk into the town, go get coffee, and we shall update you of the next move. We've arrived into Bruges.
Here we are.
Woohoo!
With our little stop next to this beautiful little river.
Oh yeah, look at this. We found this one on part for night, and when we first came into it, it was like really industrial just down the road, and we didn't realise that just round the corner is this beautiful little river. Really busy with cyclists and stuff though, but generally seems like a nice little spot.
Yeah.
It's currently about 3:30.
About 3:30.
We're gonna
do a little wander.
walk. It's only half an hour into Bruges, so we're gonna head on in.
Yeah.
And
there's loads of nice walks around here as well.
Exactly.
There's lots of cycle lanes. And...
That clearly is more of a cycling city, definitely.
Yeah.
You can tell everyone's cycling honey, everyone
There's
is.
no reason not to.
No.
I mean, I know we've only seen a little pinprick of what this area is about, but I mean, driving into Bruges from France, so all the way there was just these huge highways that just look like they're dedicated to bikes.
Yeah, it's a totally
that's true,
different
I
place.
don't know.
The roads in Europe are also really nice. I actually really liked driving them on them. There's no like issues, there's no potholes like there is in the UK, or there's not that many anyway.
So like the roads,
the roundabouts, and everything like works smoothly together.
It does feel like it works more smoothly
Yeah.
here, and like you said, the drive itself is smoother.
Yeah.
In the UK, the roads almost like, you know, like Frankensteinian. Aren't they?
They're all mixed patchwork,
yeah.
And obviously all the roads don't link together in the same way, but I think because you can drive from one place to another in Europe, like through the borders, I think the roads are just longer. They're just so much nicer, and for someone who's only just learned to drive, I actually didn't find it that bad. So any of you who are worrying about going into Europe and you've not long passed, it was great.
Take a leaf out of Johannesburg and just go for it.
Just go for it. You will learn on the road.
Yeah.
It was fine. We haven't come across any issues yet, and everyone's quite calm actually. I've not had no one's been beeping.
No, not at all. I've not had a single beep.
So it seems quite calm, but that's only in obviously Belgium. Don't know what it's like everywhere else.
Wow.
So we're going to head on into the town now and see if we can find ourselves a nice coffee. Look at this place.
This place is freaking
So
beautiful.
cool.
I've never like
And it's so busy.
the architecture, and then when you're walking through, you'll just see this behind you. Look at this little horse, look. This little horse and cart. Just talk about adding to
the
how
feeling of
quaint
where
this
you are.
place is.
We've had a lovely walk around, just come back in the evening. We are now getting the kettle on. We've got the chairs out outside the van, and we're going to just sit and have a coffee and watch the sun go down. And then we found somewhere to download some films from Netflix because I don't want to use too much of my data. So we are going to lay down and enjoy a lovely evening watching Sweet Tooth, which will be really nice just to relax. So we're just going to look out to this lovely river. We need to Google if you can swim in this river though, because I actually want to find out. I really want to go for a swim.
Yeah. Following on from what we saw earlier, of all
Yeah,
those swimmers,
exactly. It's made me want to go swimming now.
Yeah.
And it's a free shower. Not that it's probably very clean. Good morning and happy Monday. Here's a view of typical van life.
hello. Good morning.
We are just getting ourselves sorted and having a bit of a clean.
Make ourselves feel human.
Exactly. Yesterday was a very nice chilled Sunday. We just waltzed around and had no rush for anything. Today's going to be a bit more of a to-do list day, so we're going to go in. We've got a few things we want to get. So we found a really cool health food shop in the middle of the town centre yesterday, and they sold like big bulk amounts of rice, and because of everything being so expensive here, it was perfect that we could pick up big bags of rice, big bags of lentils, so we can make things from the van, especially if we're going forward. We don't know when the next place is going to be that sells stuff like that. And then we may be moving on quicker than we thought, to Antwerp, because Bruges, as beautiful a city as it is, there isn't actually that many places that we can work from here, and our van hasn't been done up with solar yet, so it means that we don't have the capability to work from the van, and we have to find places to actually work in cafes. And there's loads of cafes, but not necessarily the right amount of cafes to like. They're all so quaint, aren't they?
But yeah, they're very quaint.
Yeah.
Very small little places you can fit about 5 people in.
Yeah.
And obviously we can't go in there and just
take up the whole day.
Take up a whole day.
Yeah, worth of sitting in there. So really what we need is a bigger cafe with an upstairs. So in Antwerp there are a Starbucks. So even if we are only there for the 3 days, but we need to get lots of work done, we will stay in Antwerp for those 3 days, get work done, have my meetings that I need to have, and then we can move on. So we're slowly making our way up to Amsterdam. So the original plan was to go across on the ferry between Hook of Holland to Rotterdam, but it ended up being about £200 as opposed to 100 to go over to Calais, and then just drive up to Rotterdam and over to Amsterdam instead.
And it's a good job we saved that £100, because we wasn't quite expecting the prices here. The prices, yeah. I mean, I know people say euros can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
But I mean, we went into a few supermarkets and a tin of soup is like $4.50.
It's ridiculous. And a normal tomato soup, that is, not just like a really expensive soup.
Seemingly to us, I mean, it could be, but it doesn't look like anything special.
It's not. No.
It'll be $4.50, so that's catching us off.
It definitely does. Well, because obviously, like even when it was really hot the other day, and we wanted to, yesterday, we wanted a nice ice cream and like a tub of Ben and Jerry's or something. And then you would go into the little corner shop, and they were charging €10 for a Ben and Jerry's, which is just nuts. That's just not worth it in my eyes. €10 you can actually get a full meal, like a burger or something for that, not a Ben and Jerry's tub.
But then I don't quite get the pricing sometimes, because you have a tin of soup on the one hand, which is like €5.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you'll be able to get like a really nice freshly baked baguette or something, and it'll be like 90 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the bread and stuff is better. We did buy a €4.50 bottle of wine yesterday. That was not too bad. That's actually cheaper than UK for that. But so we're gonna at one point sit down and have a nice glass of wine outside the van. But it's just getting used to all the prices and getting used to where we can buy things. I feel like everything in Bruges is like a tourist price. So we're gonna try and find an Aldi on the way up that's not part of any of those cities, so we can see if we get a better deal then. So yeah, we're going to go in and see the Basilica of the Holy Blood. We're going to go there today.
Which is like a massive cathedral or church or something.
Yeah, so
which would be always cool to see.
Oh yeah, that looks beautiful as well. We've generally looked around as many of the streets we can in Bruges. We're going to have another little look around today, and then we need to go and empty the toilet and do some van duties, and we need to get some more fresh water as well. So we're going to do all those and then get moving. Reached Antwerp, or Antwerpen.
Again, I think Antwerp is maybe the British or English way of pronouncing it.
I think so.
And then Antwerp is maybe the authentic way.
We drove, it took us about an hour and 20 minutes, stopped off at services because I was bursting for the toilet, and then they realised that they charge you 90 cents per person to get in.
Nice.
And also in the UK you're sort of spoiled because all the services, they have free toilets and stuff, but then I don't think they have showers, so I suppose it's
like a
kind
payoff,
of
isn't
payoff.
it?
And then you do get that voucher back as 90 cents to spend in the restaurant, so I can't really complain.
But of course this is Europe, and we realised that you can't get anything for 90.
No.
Maybe a banana.
Yeah, exactly. So we've turned up now. It's about 7:30 in the evening, and we're going to sit down and play a pack of cards and play some games for the evening. I'm not going to go anywhere. We've parked in this lovely area here. It's like a kind of a port water area. It's kind of loud. You've still got the city area behind you, but it's peaceful.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
What does that?
Southampton.
Does it?
It's kind of
what, Ealing?
Ealing.
Like Ealing. Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, it does
So
remind me
it's
of
kind
that.
of, it's lovely.
Yeah, it
Even
is
if
really,
it's like
really
a little
nice.
bit industrial.
Yeah.
I'm still looking forward to seeing those two
Oh, look,
contrasts.
puppy.
Oh.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, seeing the contrast of like Bruges, going to Antwerp,
you know,
Antwerp.
ancient towns, cities, traditional, like got all this amazing architecture, and then you go to a city,
like a more industrial built up area.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and we need to be here to work for the next couple of days anyway.
And turns out the walk in as well in the morning, it's an hour, but it's all along this
canal
or river. So that's going to be
so
lovely.
that'll be really nice. We're gonna go on that walk tomorrow, head on in nice and early, and find a nice cafe to work from. So for now we're just gonna relax and play some cards. I've never known to get bitten so often.
There's so many.
So many. We literally just sat here like
things, like in Jurassic Park.
literally. I have.
Trying to eat you whilst you're saying
Look, I don't know if you can see Andrew's foot on the other side.
Stay about it.
They are all over us. Look at that foot. So you've got one there. 1, 2. Where's the other one? 3, 4, 5.
And one right on the ankle.
Is there? Oh, what, like dead on there? Excuse my hairy legs. I have one on my toe. 2. I've got more. 3, 4, 5, 6. We've been getting them all for the last like 24 hours, and it's just not going away, is it? We already moved from over there because we were getting like the trees are releasing all the little fluffy things that come off of them. I don't know what they are. And and
all
we
sorts of pterodactyls, moths and stuff flying. Moths that don't try and avoid you, but they're just there like flying into your face constantly.
Yeah. So they're interrupting our game of cards.
They are.
The closer you get, the more, the faster it goes. Whoa! Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. We've woken up. We have got everything that we need ready to go and work from the cafe today.
We've got a skip in our step.
We have.
And a song in our heart.
We have. We had to move the van this morning because, as you saw last night, we were getting really annoyed with the bugs and stuff, and there was an ant nest pretty much underneath us. So they started coming in the van, and we were thinking, nope, we're not having any of that. So we moved straight away, and actually it's much better.
Little tolerance for that because you're just getting bit into pieces.
Yeah, exactly. It's much harder to deal with it all. We don't want any more bugs than we already do.
No.
So we moved just like 2 seconds up the car park onto like the concrete section where there's not as many like bugs or anything like that. So we're just on the way into Antwerp. It's about an hour walk, and there's a little bridge that goes underneath the canal, which I've never done before. Or a tunnel, sorry. Yeah, not a bridge. A tunnel that goes underneath the canal.
It is still bridging.
It is still bridging, yeah.
But we keep saying, oh, that's going to be really interesting. But then in reality, it's just going to be a tunnel.
It's just going to be a tunnel. It's going to feel like a subway.
It's going to
like
be
a normal subway.
I don't know what, but I'm excited.
Exactly. I think it's because it's a new town, but coming to a new country and going to their cities, even though they're not as pretty, it's still very interesting to see the culture and the way that it all works.
Yeah.
So looking forward to seeing what that's like, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Starbucks will be perfect for us to work in. I know that we're not going to be able to work in like places like Starbucks all around the country, all around the world, but currently, whilst we're close enough to places like this, they are the best place to work. In places like Switzerland, we are just going to have to put up with any cafe.
See what we can find.
Exactly. This first time round, obviously we don't have solar, but the second time round we will. So wish us luck. So we've done 20 minutes. It's hot. 20 minutes. Yeah, we've done 20 minutes. We have 31 minutes left. And this heat. This is ridiculous.
It's grueling. It's completely flat, but there's completely devoid of any shade.
Yeah, no shade at all.
And it's already, what does it was?
It's 20 degrees currently.
Yeah.
It's going to get up to 28 today. So I'm really glad that we're working in a cafe, because I think today's the sort of day where you wouldn't really want to be walking around outside. Just this just goes on and on and on and on.
You can see Antwerp in the distance. It's a glimmer of hope, because you can see somewhat
the town
where you're heading.
Oh my word, that is hot. So if you park on the outskirts of Antwerp, then I warn you, this walk in is grueling. Also, just to add, the reason that we have parked an hour away from Antwerp is because there is a low emission zone, so it means that you can't drive with a vehicle that's a certain year without being fined. So we parked on the outskirts of Antwerp, and then we've got an hour walk in, so that is why we have such a large walk in, but we don't mind because it allows us the accessibility to the cafes and stuff that are there. It's like an underground, basically. It is so. There's a little bit of a breeze. We are so hot. It was lovely in there. There was aircon in there as well, which was beautiful.
After that
especially
walk this morning, that was
yeah, and we couldn't help it. We had an iced latte because it was so hot, and it was a nice reward for doing the hour walk.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
So we got out at about 3:30 this afternoon.
It's been productive.
It has been productive. We went and had a little walk around the city. We were just talking about how I love how we are doing the contrast of like two different places as well. So Bruges is full of culture and much more quaint, whereas Antwerp is more city-like. It's so built up and so busy. It's almost like New York. I mean, I've never been to New York, but it feels so busy. But it's also nice to be in a city where you can actually get everything you need in one place again. After our trip to Aldi the other day, we hope and we think we are basically doing about £20 a week for our food, which leaves the room for our treats, which is lovely.
Getting on to a good thing, yeah?
We are, definitely. Andrew,
as you said, I think we're going to be here for the next week and a half.
Yep.
I'm going to receive a new pair of shoes for a new commission.
Yep.
So we're not wanting to really explore everything in day one.
No.
He's going to pace it out a little bit.
Exactly. Andrew, yeah, like Andrew said then, he has like a new commission on the go. So we have somebody who is shipping a pair of shoes to Andrew for him to do the next commission, which will be really interesting. So if you didn't know, there is a way that you can post items and letters to people who don't have an address whilst they're travelling, and it's called General Post.
General Post.
Oh,
yeah.
and what was the other one? Posty.
I can't. A Dutch word.
Yeah, actually it was a French word.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but basically when you want to ship something to somebody who doesn't have an address, you write this description on the top. I'll put it here in the video, because I'll find out afterwards. But yeah, so you put it on the post, and you just put their name and the address of the post office nearby, the people that you're sending it to, and then we just go to that post office and pay a small fee to collect it. We've never done it before, so we've given her the address, and your shoes I don't know how long it's going to take, it might be like a week and a half. So we basically are going to be we're going to stay in Antwerp until we get these shoes, because then Andrew can work on them for his business. So we'll let you know how that goes and if we manage to receive them okay. Natural foot cleaner.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
How cozy is this?
Lovely.
It's coming down just in time for when we got back in the van.
That is so cozy.
It is really cozy. Hello, so it is now Wednesday and we have just done another day in the cafe, and we're about to go on a little street art route. I found a cool street art graffiti route online that we can follow that takes you all around the different graffiti arts in Antwerp.
Yeah, it
sounds really interesting.
Yeah, and it's pretty huge as well.
Yeah.
The size of the buildings.
So we're going to follow that, and on the app that we're following, it tells you all the information about each different one. So we will educate you as we educate ourselves as well. Our first stop was St Andrew's neighbourhood, the now hotbed of Antwerp's street art scene. The artist Smates manages to capture many different elements of the community, including the rapper named Slongs as the Virgin Mary, St Andrew's Church, and the rods of a puppet refer to the puppet theatre on this street. On to the next piece, which was my favourite. This is from an artist called Astro. This was painted alongside many other artworks along this journey at the Antwerp Baroque 2018 City Festival. Astro's colourful murals add an extra dimension to the area. The lines and the location of the buildings are part of the viewing experience. Meet the superheroes of St Andrews. The Habacrats Youth House is located behind this colourful mural. The youth workers that work hard every day to help the vulnerable young people in the St Andrews neighbourhood are the superheroes, a fact that these three artists wanted to highlight. The mural of the Youth Work Heroes is a joint creation of artists called A Squid Called Sebastian, Lynx One and Flash. We absolutely loved the street art tour. We loved that it took you off the beaten track and you could see parts of Antwerp that you wouldn't have otherwise seen. I am, on the other hand, really gutted that I didn't get more footage to show you so that I could talk more about the artworks that we saw that day. I highly recommend this tour and it is accessible to everyone. I will leave all of the details in the description below.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side, lay your head on my
Good morning and happy Thursday.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen. Is that the wrong language again?
No. I heard someone say that to us this morning. So
Oh, which bridge are we going down? Are we going down this bridge? Or are we going down?
There's 2 tunnels to get into Antwerp.
Yep.
There's that one we walked down the other day, which is sort of
Which
like...
is the nice, like, air-conned, like, high-tech with elevators. Or there's this
which is
one.
all the way down there,
Yeah.
beyond the horizon.
As in, like, you know, a long way down that road.
Or there's this one.
We were literally just looking at our average walking. So before we left England, we were walking an average of about 3.3 miles per day. And we've been walking obviously an hour in and an hour out every day,
yeah.
for the last couple of days.
And that's not to mention obviously the walk we're
walk you
doing
did.
whilst we're in Antwerp.
Exactly.
As well.
I reckon this one. Let's go down this one. Yeah, let's go down this one. And then I was thinking, oh, my phone used to track for our steps. I don't know how good it is and how accurate it is, but it gives you a rough idea. And we've been walking an average of 10 miles a day for the last week. It's good actually, because we've both been wanting to lose a bit of weight, so hey ho, worked really well. Hang on, 2 bikes come in. Lots and lots of bikes everywhere. And of course, like normal, they get the right of way. These bridges are actually a really good idea because the amount of people that are cycling and on mopeds are allowed to use these bridges and these tunnels, and they can use them like normal, like you know, they can get from one to the other. It's so much safer.
I've noticed in Belgium, it's like the cycle lanes are just bike lanes. But that doesn't specify whether it's engine or engines.
No, exactly.
So both mopeds, bikes, everything can use cycle lanes, which I think is brilliant actually.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Really works really well, and it's much safer as well. It makes it much safer for everybody. They don't have to go on the motorway, which makes more sense. But yesterday we actually finally gave in and bought some mosquito spray.
I was really trying to find the cheapest stuff possible, because I swear back in the UK you can get like the stuff for like €5.
Yes, £5. Yeah.
£5, sorry.
Yeah, we found some stuff that was €10 and it's only like a 100ml bottle, so I don't know how long it's going to last, but at the moment we're desperate to stop them from biting us as much as they have. So even if we have to use more than we need, at the moment we just need a break from the bites.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, no other Europeans have any mosquito bites on them, and no other Vanlifers seem to. So let me know.
Some kind of like special delicacy that can come to Europe from the UK,
Yeah.
island population.
Yep.
The mosquitoes of Europe never
Never tried us.
Well, they have, but very rarely. They get tucked into a
delicacy like you.
Yeah.
But I think it's because we don't have mosquito nets on our van. And the great thing about this is because we've just got like obviously the van and we've decided to go, we're learning as we go what we need and what we don't need. And rather than just buying things and then be like, oh, we didn't need them, now we're thinking, we actually do need that. And when we get back to the UK, we will obviously pick that up for the next time round. Mosquito nets is something big that we definitely need, and aircon. We need to get some aircon as well.
Lovely. Because at night we've got to decide between whether or not we get bitten to pieces or roasting hot.
At the moment it's okay with the windows closed, but as it gets more into summer, I don't know whether it's going to be okay or not. So let's hope that the mosquitoes spray stops us getting as many bites as we've got at the moment. So I've actually lost count, and every now and then when I get an itch I don't actually know if that's a new bite or an old one. Oh, just a note on the walking an hour into Antwerp as well. I know there's probably public transport that comes in, but the thing is, if the money that was to be spent on getting a bus, we would much rather walk and then get a coffee and use that money to get a coffee, because there is literally nothing wrong with our legs at all.
No, and we always say when we got our food van that we didn't want it to make us lazy.
No. We didn't want it to be one of those things where we drive everywhere rather than walk everywhere, just because we've got a vehicle now.
Exactly.
So I think we knew that as soon as we got it, we'd still carry on doing our big long walks that we always do.
Yeah.
And it's much more worth it as well. It keeps our fitness levels up.
Yeah.
I'd much rather the money go on a nice coffee, even if it was only €3 each for a bus. That is a coffee.
Oh yeah,
So-
exactly. Whatever it is, whatever little delicacy
Yes.
it is.
What your like little comforts
Yeah,
are.
it goes down so well after
It
a nice
does.
hour walk in.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Side. Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day.
So we've just had to move from Starbucks because found this lovely little cafe called Izzy, which is actually all fully plant-based. So in Antwerp we've not really found much of a vegan following, so to find this cafe was amazing. So we've got ourselves a latte, and we're just going to carry on working from here, but it's lovely. We've got the rain in the background, it's absolutely chucking it down out there, and we're actually slightly worried about whether if it's still going to be like this when we want to leave, because we've got all our laptops on us, our bags are not waterproof, and we're really far away to get like a taxi or something like that, and I don't really fancy getting bikes in this weather either, so fingers crossed that it calms down. Look at these two little mozzie bites here. Look at this.
No.
What is this? Morning, good morning. Happy Friday.
Oh, Friday. I keep forgetting what
It is Friday. Today is a non-work day. All the work got done yesterday. Signed off with the client and they were happy. So today is just a day for us to just explore, wandering around. But I woke up this morning and maybe a little bit too much information, TMI for you guys, but I am bursting for the toilet, and our portaloo, our portable toilet, is only for number ones only, which means that if I wake up and need to go for anything else, then I am in a bit of a manic rush. So, and as Vanlife is,
an hour walk in now.
we have an hour walk in, and as you will know if you're living in a van, and maybe you don't if you're not living in a van, nothing in the morning in van life is quick. Everything's so slow, you can't just get up and go, you've got to make sure everything's back to normal. We had to make our lunch for the day and do all of that, and so obviously it's probably been about an hour since I started needing to go. One of our gripes about Europe is that there are no free public toilets. You have to pay to go to the toilet everywhere.
Whether it's an actual public toilet in the middle of town, say, it's always a charge, probably like €1.
Yeah,
and even if you go into something like a McDonald's or a Burger King, they will still charge you 50 cents or whatever it is.
There was actually there
was actually like a lady dedicated whose job was to sit by the toilet doors and charge people coming in to use the Burger King toilet.
And for a country that is quite well off, maybe that's why. Maybe they invest all the money that they make through charging for people going to the toilet back into the city. Maybe that's how they do it. Maybe England do need to take a leaf out of their book. No, I'm joking.
No.
They actually do not.
No,
I am very grateful.
That you appreciate, and it will make you really appreciative.
And I don't mean, I honestly don't want to come across like we're being ungrateful. Like, Europe is beautiful, Belgium is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that we've noticed since being obviously in van life, and we could use our toilet for that purpose, but we just really do not want to. We want to keep some dignity in our van and dignity between the two of us, and not to mention that is what will make our van much more smelly, whereas because it's just used for number ones, we don't ever smell our toilet, do we?
No,
never smell it, apart from that time when we were visiting our family and it stayed in there for 4 weeks. And we did,
but because it's like a chemical toilet, because it's a chemical toilet, obviously the chemicals are not really having to battle much.
No, exactly.
So yeah, it makes it more pleasant in there.
Yes. So I'm really bursting now. sat down.
Our daily 10 miler.
Yeah, we did another 10 miles today. We went to a cafe this afternoon and we sat there and chatted for 4 hours. The thing is, we did go on a hunt and we said to ourselves today we're going to go find a coffee shop. So one of the ones that have got the perfect setting that we like, which is always where you're slightly on the outskirts of the busyness, watching the busyness. I like the ones that are in the shade with partial sun, like got a back to the seat that you can lean on and lean back and relax, rather than the stools or the chairs that have got like really like, you know the chairs that are just got the bits going across them and they leave lines in your bum. They're not very comfortable. I don't want to sit in chairs like that. I want to sit in nice,
like a little grilled chicken fillet.
So we looked around. None of the cafes had any oat milk. And after it was so hot that after about 3 or 4, we just decided, you know what, let's go to the plant-based cafe.
Yeah.
And we paid 14 euros for 2 iced lattes.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. It wasn't our first choice, purely because you're paying a premium there.
Yes. This weekend we are not walking in to Antwerp at all.
No, we're
having a whole weekend where we're just lazy. Tomorrow we've got a day of van admin. We've got to go and top up our water.
Yeah.
We need to go have some showers. There was a local swim, like a natural pool nearby that we wanted to go and try, which is totally free, that you can go and swim in. When I say natural pool, it's full of like they're kept clean with stones and plants and stuff, rather than chemicals, rather than like chlorine.
It sounded lovely, and at first my ears pricked up as well.
Yeah.
But turns out they've got funny rules. There's a dress code for guys.
Yeah, you have to have like the proper slim
Proper
speedo,
full-on
lycra. You're not allowed to wear the kind of surfy shorts.
Yeah, I'm not going on a pool in lycra.
No.
I don't know.
Well, and also we haven't got any, and nor do we want to buy any in Europe because it's extortionate prices to buy some. So we'll wait until we're back in the UK. So then we're still waiting on Stevie's parcel. So Stevie's sending you some shoes. Got an email from customs to say that we need to send them the information to state that it's a gift. Says it could take up to 14 days, but I'm really hoping that's not the case.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna enjoy, relax for the rest of the evening with our coffee. Oh, we managed to find some cheap treats. So we found the Lotus biscuits, which are delicious. So we're gonna watch a movie this evening as well.
Yeah.
It's cooled down a bit. I'm so grateful because it was very hot.
It's been a roasting day today.
Yeah, and I'm looking
Really
forward
hot.
to not having to do that walk-in tomorrow.
Oh, it's gonna go down well.
2 hours later.
Good afternoon. It is a Saturday afternoon now. Yesterday it was Friday evening. We had a lovely chilled out evening, watched some movies, played some cards. We played Consequences, which is a game that I used to play.
Yeah.
With
I
my
don't
mum
know
when we were
played
a
that
kid.
before. That was actually
It was
pretty
quite
funny, to be honest.
Yeah, it was quite funny. Yeah. This morning was a blimmin' nightmare. So today was supposed to be like van admin day. So we were going to go and top up our water.
It's supposed to be just a quick nip.
To have a shower, do all that, top our water, and then go to Lidl's, do some shopping, and then potentially move to a different spot. So because we are getting bitten like mad. Look at all of those bites. Yep, all of those. And funny enough, believe it or not, we've already used mosquito spray, like repellent.
Not
and it's
fun.
just not
on a
fun.
night, trying to fall asleep in here, you're not only contending the heat, but obviously you got the mosquitoes.
Yes.
But we're hoping that that's only because of the park up that
yeah,
we
we were
is right next to the river.
It was boiling hot car park. So we were like, you know what, we can't do this anymore. I've got loads on my face as well. I'm starting to get more and more each day, and I just don't want any more. And with the mosquito spray is like 10 euros for like a little 100ml pot, and that was gone in like, we've only got this much left in the last couple of days. We're like, no, we need to move. Drove to the first service station, and they have the water, but the shower was out of service. Jumped back in the van, got diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel was extortionate. We literally did 15 euros and it hardly budged. So
Well, the price racing up, but the literage was just literally going up so slowly.
Because that one, the shower was out of order. That was the only reason we were going all of the way. So it was an hour trip in total to get to the showers today. There is, you're having a good itch. This is what we're like in all the videos.
Yeah, I've been doing this the whole time, and it's easier to resist itching in the first place. But as soon as you start, it's just like, oh,
So we had to drive all the way down the motorway.
I was thinking, oh, ideal, it's alright, there's one on the other side.
Yeah. Took a wrong turn. We probably drove the amount of miles that we topped up to get to the shower.
Yeah, we're back down now.
Back down to the same amount. Finally got to the second lot of services. We have our showers, which, oh my god, feels amazing.
Yeah.
Feel human again.
That was nice. That
feels
was
lovely. It was only €3 per person. You get 8 minutes of hot water, which isn't too bad. It does go really quickly, so you do have to almost be really efficient with your shower. And then we realised that they don't have the fresh water tap that the other one had, so we couldn't fill up our fresh water. And after that we went to go to Lidl's, went to buy all of our shopping from Lidl's. That we went the wrong direction that time
what a
as
grand
well.
adventure to get to Lidl's, didn't we?
Nightmare. Then once we got on Lidl's, we came and found this park up, and we've just pulled up now. We've had some lunch,
yeah,
and then it's near some lovely parks. So this one, hopefully, fingers crossed, is not near any mosquito
it doesn't seem
bits.
to be near any water sources. It's in the shade,
yes,
which is a godsend right now.
Yeah,
there's also like a faint booming. It's like some kind of bass
like a
in the
festival
distance.
nearby, I think.
So we're kind of intrigued now.
Yeah. So we're just going to go have a little wander. We've run out of data for the weekend, and we're not going to bother topping it up until Monday. If you don't know, in Europe you get data caps, so you may pay for a certain amount of data, but you actually get capped at a certain amount. Even if it says unlimited, it isn't actually unlimited anymore. We've got a dongle, an internet dongle, and it's extortionate. We're only going to spend the weekend just relaxing in the van, watching movies that we've downloaded anyway. We've got Chef. Yeah, because Chef is one of our favourite films, and it's very underrated. If you have not seen Chef, it's amazing, and I think it's everyone's dream for your own self-employment business to go as viral as it does in Chef.
Yeah.
So we want Andrew's custom shoe business to be like that. So we turn up to a country and we're tweeting that we're in a certain place, and everyone flocks to the van to get their own custom built, custom designed shoes. Imagine that.
Yeah. El Chefe of the
El
shoe
Chefe
world.
Shoe World. Yep. So we're going to chill out now. See you guys later.
See you later.
What have you got?
I got some watermelon.
You got some watermelon. Is it nice?
And it's friggin' lovely. I don't even care. I'm just going down the street. I'm just like, well, what a watermelon.
We found it. Can you hear that?
All that bass.
There's all sorts going on. It's all in there. You can't see it. Morning. Happy Monday.
Good morning.
Good morning. Today is another exploration day. We are heading to see Het Steen Castle, which is a 650-year-old castle in the middle of Antwerp.
It's got like a full-on little Disneyland, Disney World entrance to it. I think it looks pretty cool, to be honest.
Oh, yes.
Although one of the locals we asked about it the other day wasn't too fussed on it. We was like, oh, we're going to go see the castle, and they were like...
He also mentioned about going to pay €18 each to go into a fine art museum, which we're not as interested in. So it's just preference.
Yeah.
I'd much rather go and see a historic castle.
This beautiful castle, locally known as Het Steen, lies on the east bank of the river in the city centre of Antwerp. Het Steen, which translates to the stone, got its name because it was one of the earliest buildings in Antwerp constructed with stones, at a time when most houses were built with wood. The castle we see today was built around 1200 to 1225 as residence of a castle lord. In those times it was part of a much larger fortification. The castle now houses the National Maritime Museum, and as beautiful as the outside is, you can definitely notice that it's been very modernised, which is a little bit of a shame, but it was still good to see.
Hello. So we are signing off on this episode in Antwerp. We hope you've enjoyed our journey of our travels around Antwerp and trying to fight off the mosquitoes in this episode.
menace.
We hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please go down below and subscribe and leave us a comment. And please come back next time, where we will be in Brussels.
Continue our adventures in Belgium.
Yeah. And also come back to see if we actually managed to solve our issues with the mosquitoes in our van. So we hope to see you there.
Soon you might be able to see us feasting upon the succulent innards of a Belgian waffle.
Oh yes, so we found an amazing place that has also got like a vegan Belgian waffle that we can have, and we're gonna go try some Belgian beer as well in the middle of Brussels, because there is some places that are really well known
Can't
for
wait.
it. So we shall see you there. See you next time.
See you there.
Bye.